Hello. Yes, you have to read further. This court report concept is a little tricky, and to in order to understand the better understanding of large commercials, non-commercials, and non-reportables, these three categories, you have to read this book as well. The Commitment of Traders of Bible, and by Stephen Braze. Okay, how to profit from insider market intelligence. You have to read this book as well. Download it from the Google 2 to 3 times. You have to read this book as well. First chapter you have to read one time, and then the other chapters you have to read 3 to 4 times. First chapter is not so important, and first chapter is grain future administration, commodity exchange authority, this that those. You can read that one time, then you can start with chapter 2 and you can read it multiple times. Okay, let's see. This book is very important as well. Okay, remember one thing. First important thing is volume. Second important thing is open trust. Third, this court report comes in. Just read this book. Read this book. Court report counting 1 2 3. Just read it one time. This is report very important. Just read that. These are the very important points. Long form. Then court report playing with the numbers. How court report is formed. How it is broken down. Everything you have there. Playing the percentages. Playing the players. Short form. This is the short form of court report. These are very important, very important. You have to read this book as well. Then court supplement commodity index report as well. You have to see that. Players introduction, very important. Players introduction. As you know, I told you that there are three players: commercials, non-commercial, and non-reportables. Look at chart. Commercials, non-commercials, and non-commercials. These are the players: commercials, speculators, and small traders. Reporting system, commercial hedgers. Okay, you have to read this book. You have better idea who commercials are actually. Then you see large speculators. Large speculator include hedge funds, but this is the minimal in terms of if they were hedging, they were listed in hedging category. Hedge funds are speculators. Number of just read this book. I want you to understand these commercials and non-commercials. These are non-commercials. Large speculators are actually non-commercial. Speculators and half book scheme. Trading small speculators. Speculators mean non-commercials. Always follow commercial. This book is actually more attached to the commercial side, that commercial are the major players. Yes, they are the major players, they know the business well, but what we have to do is to look for the short term price action and short term gains, and for short term gains we have to see the activity of non commercials, what they are doing. That will help you us very much. Just read that book, what they are saying. That's very important chapter. Just read this book. Net position is also very important. Open interest, very important. We already discussed that. This court report is basically open interest, collective open interest of 5 to 6 days. This court reports numbers are basically the open interest contracts, which are actually adding, separating. Okay. Large speculators pattern. You have to read this book. Just read this book. COT index is also very important. Just read this book. I want you to read this book 2 to 3 times. Just read this book. Can speculators forecast prices? You can read this book. I want you to read this book. Okay. This is the example of crude oil. What they are saying, you have to read this. How court report is interrelating with the index. You have to read this book, all this. Just you have to read this book. Okay. Okay, this all book you have to read. Just read this book whole. Okay. And in next lecture I will go to practical. Okay. That's it. Thank you.